Okay guys, welcome to another kind of magazine look at. Now it's been an absolute age since I've done one of these. Now basically the idea behind it is I look at an old magazine. It's obviously via PDF. I use it my PC to read it, and I just basically talk about the things that I'm reading. It's that simple. It's a lot of nonsense, but some people seem to enjoy it anyway. So this week I'm going to be looking at classic Atari magazine Antic. Now I can't even read that. I think is that in June 1984. So what is it saying here? Exploring the Atari XL, Activision interview, type in game, escape from Epsilon, new products, solo flight, microfiler and teleturtle, and more. Robots Part 3. That looks like a guy swinging on a rope, I think it is, with a cassette, a large cassette strapped to his back. Apparently this is the official home computer, so the Atari is the official home computer of the 1984 Olympics. So let's delve right in and see if it's pish or not. Right, okay, kicking things off, Synapse Satisfies. Now I recognise this little dude here. This is, what was the name of the game? Seamus. There's the game. He's the baddie. He's kind of like Evil Otto out of Berserk. That's a little character you play called Seamus. Great software company. Encounter, that's a great game by Paul Wokes. Played that on the C64. Don't remember that one. Dimension X. Test yourself with incredible 3D action that never stops. You need to check that one out. Zeppelin is another good game. It's kind of like, it's a wee bit, is it Tiger Heli? I think it is in the arcades. You play the part of a Zeppelin that you can shoot, and I think you can also drop bombs. More Atari titles: Blue Max, Fort Apocalypse, Seamus and Seamus Case 2. Central Avenue, Richmond, California. Right for a free Synapse catalogue. Greatest Atari game of all time. Object capture, more programs than from any other source. For an advert for CompuClub, where Atari owners belong. There's the trusty Atari 800. Now that was a great joystick, that one there. I can't remember, was that a Wickel? I think it was. I want to play the greatest Atari games of all time. Please enrol me in the Computer Club for 1 year and rush me my registration material. Boot up a brainstorm. You're going to need all your cunning and intelligence to stop the fuzzbomb from turning the USA into a nation of fuzzbodies. Agent USA banner catch. Don't remember any of these ones at all. Thing is, this was primarily, Atari was primarily a US machine. It really didn't take off in the UK. It was way ahead of its time. It came out, I think it was 1978, 79, and so it was massive in the States, but the price of the Atari in the UK was about £400, and so it never really took off at all. And then obviously the Spectrum came along and Commodore 64 came along, and it basically just cleared up. So the Atari was kind of died very, very early on. I mean, it was probably dead as far as a commercial thing in the UK. I would probably say about 1985. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. Maybe there's a few games came out after that. But anyway, Anatomy of an XL, exploring the XL, scroll your way to the top. So I'm assuming this must be a US one. Due to overwhelming demand in our last issue, Antic, we indicated that we were planning to publish some disk drive reviews in the June issue. In order to cover disk drives appropriately, we've decided to postpone publication of the survey until August, and to make disk drives the theme of that issue. There we go. Yeah, it's all American stuff. A game for 4. I'm writing to request that you publish a multiple player game. My wife and I enjoy games that we can play with our friends. I bet you do, Mr. Mike Lewis of Salt Lake City. And we often play against each other. Multiple player games allow the whole family to play at the same time. Mr. Obvious from Salt Lake City. Really? Multiple player games allow the whole family to play at the same time. I've discovered an apparent bug in the Atari assembler editor cartridge that I haven't seen documented anywhere. If when performing a trace, note the name of the function, in the debugger, a CPY instruction is encountered. This causes the trace to be aborted and control to be returned to the debugger. Sometimes the system crashes when this happens. Do you know anything about this? Now I've got to say, I haven't a bloody clue what Mr. Paul Mattia from Sterling WA is talking about. Mr. White Widner of Tom's River, I'd like to know if it's possible to use a hard disk with the ATR 8000 CPM expansion system. Blimey. In your December and January issues, you carried articles on building a robot by Evan Rosen. The January issue referred to a fourth pulse routine similar to the basic routine listed that would be published in the forthcoming February issue. Yet, when I looked for it, I couldn't find it. Are you planning to publish any more of Rosen's wonderful articles? What's the scoop? Well, Mr. Jerry D. Lumpkins of New Orleans. Love it. I love it. Producing video titles. In response to E. Benchamel's question in March help column, I've used my Atari 800 as a video titler on several occasions. Here we go. Right, this guy's from England, Mr. Morris of English Software. As England's major independent producer of software for the Atari computers, we find Antic to be an invaluable source of technical information which aids us in our development of games and utilities software for the best home computers. Yes, quite. Aye, oh board. So in other words, that's your letters page. Atari owners high on SAT? Computer preparation for the SAT. I don't know what the SAT is. Now available for Atari models 600 XL, blah 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 blah. Evolution of the XL computers. Yeah, I mean it's a fairly dry magazine, but you know what? This was kind of when, well, 1984, I suppose. Yeah, 1984 we were well into the, you know, computers were selling for games at that point, but you know, the very early days, especially like I said, the Ataris came out when, you know, when computers were still very much a geeky thing, and so, you know, people that bought them had money and they weren't really buying them to play games. It was all about, you know, business stuff and programming, whatever. What is this? Balance of power. Take your Atari to new dimensions of power and performance with ATD4, the new flagship of Track's outstanding fleet of AT series drives. So they're just multiple disk drives. Or is that what that advert is? Yeah, you could either buy one of these, or you could buy 3 disk drives plus that, whatever that is. Don't know what that is. I think that's what the whole point of that advert is. So what is this? CPM and MS-DOS compatibility for all Atari computers. Is this a modem or something? The ATR 8000 features 64K of RAM, RS-232 port with software to run a serial printer or modem, the ability to run up to 4, 5 and a quarter. So is that you can link multiple disk drives or something? I've got really no idea. Alphabet Music, a musical way to learn the ABCs. This is a short educational game for young children. It runs on all Atari computers and with all memory configurations. Somehow I don't see kids reading this magazine. There you go, so you can type it in. More disk drive for your money. In fact, with Astra 1620 you get 2 superb disk drives for the price of 1. The Astra 1620 is single or double density, software selectable and completely compatible with Atari DOS. Blah 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 blah. The Gemini Software Gazette. Finally inexpensive quality software. Magic Dump. That sounds like me after a curry on a Saturday night. Talk to your robot. Create motion with the 4th language. a Silicon Warrior program to blow you away. Oh, really spiky picks. Don't remember that. This is the thing, there were so many games that came out for Atari that 99% of people in the UK simply would have no idea about. But you know what, if you ever get a chance to download an emulator in some Atari games, there was some wonderful software that came out. Yeah, this is all pretty dull stuff, this. If you've ever taken a joystick apart, you'll know that there are 5 switches inside, one for each of the 4 directions and one for the trigger button. Yes. This little chap looks very happy. This little chap, he obviously thinks, I don't know, he fancies this bird. This little guy's cheating. And look, this little guy is he's obviously got a thing for him. Nice mullet. It's easy, all you need is Antic, the Atari Resort. Every month Antic is full of things that help you make the most of your Atari, like home banking programs. Of course it is. Did anybody actually use their computer for home banking? We specialise in Atari computers, so we know what works best. Computer Palace. Flight Simulator 2, I remember that. $44.90. Wow, there you go, you can get yourself an Antic Color 1 Plus monitor for the princely sum of $299 plus freight. The Anatomy of an Atari 800XL I should say. I've actually got one of these. I've also got the Atari normal, the original Atari 800. Yeah, so they brought out the Atari 600. I'm not quite sure, did it have less memory? I don't think so. No, the 800 had 64k of memory. Did the 600 have the same amount of memory? I can't honestly remember. Is it going to tell you here? Let's see what kind of different prices were. So here we go, hardware covers. Oh no, that's a cover. Tell you, Atari home computers. 600 XL. Ah, there we go. Right, the 600 XL only had 16k of RAM, and yeah, the Atari 800 XL had 64k. So you wouldn't want an Atari 600. So let me see. Does it sell? This is Commodore. It doesn't actually. They don't sell Commodore 64s. There you go. The price of the 1541 disk drive was $239. I'm trying to see, is there a disk drive? Modems, printers. I'm trying to actually see it. Exploring the XL from programmer's perspective. As an avid user of Atari computers who has been programming on Atari 400 for over 3 years, I've been interested in the new XL line for a long time. So 2 weeks ago I bought an Atari 800 XL. This article combines information I've gained from my own experiences with the machine and information I've culled from various Atari sources. Nowadays you would just go online and download it. This was before the internet. This is what I like about Atari. I like these keys. You have the reset, start, power button. They were all outside the machine. That was in there. What's this? The 600XL and 800XL operating system OS is very similar to that of the 1200XL. As a result, it suffers from a similar lack of compatibility with much third-party software. Fortunately, Atari has made the translator program available on disk. For the XL line, if you load the translator, you can load it and run any third-party software. And of course, the XLs were superseded by the XE. I've got an Atari 130 XE, which has got 128 arcade. It's not as nice looking as the Atari XL. It did look really nice. It was quite kind of slick looking, quite sexy actually. Whereas the XEs were kind of plastic. They looked a bit more like the Atari ST actually. Scroll your way to the top. A short course on course scrolling. Scrolling is one of the easiest graphic techniques to implement on Atari home computers. Reduced to its simplest form, it requires only one or two poke commands, but scrolling is also the most difficult graphic effect to master. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, this isn't something I would have really read. If I'd bought this magazine back in the day, chances are I would have probably ended up skipping past all of this. I always liked the idea that I would read all this, but when you're as thick as I am, you lose interest very quick. Maximise take-home pay, minimise tax withholdings, tax wit by I can't even say it. Tax wit by homeware determines the number of exemptions you can claim to minimise federal withholdings. There we go. Use basic to. I'm assuming the I was there, and because this is obviously a scan thing, it's disappeared. So it basically says use basic to animate. It's quite a dry magazine. There we go. We've got some type-ins. These were the work of Beelzebub themselves, type-in programs, because 9 times out of 10 you would type it in, run it, and it would instantly crash, and the only way to retrieve it was to switch. Well, you couldn't retrieve it, you could only switch your computer off, and then you'd lost about 15 days typing. Save yourself some time with the Programmer's Toolkit. Put a monkey wrench into your Atari 800. Cut your programming time from hours to seconds and have 18 direct mode commands. There you go, says Eastern House from Winston-Salem. There you go, right. Atari 800 XL was $189. The Atari 100 XL was $299. This drive was $399. So that Commodore 64 this drive was $250, something like that. And yet the Atari one is an extra $150. So it was very, very pricey. There we go. Tired of high prices, poor service and hidden charges you get from other mail order companies? Try Rising Sun Software. Strip Poker, I remember that. $25. Atari ROM, so these were basically cartridges. Defender, $32. Dig Dug. Now, I've got a few of these. I've got Donkey Kong. I've got Pac-Man, I may have it, can't remember. Oh, Robotron. Big 5 Miner, $20.49 or $35. So that's just for tapes, I'm assuming. Jumpman Jr., Wizard of War. Some cracking games. There's some rather fetching, oh look at this one here, rather fetching table by American Colonial CompuCenter. Atari owners usually take great care in selecting software and peripherals, but their attention to the storage needs of these items often lacks similar focus. If this dilemma sounds all too familiar, read on and discover the possibilities for organisation that await you. The following furniture items and accessories have been specially designed to help tidy up your small corner of the Atari computing world. How nice is that? I would kill for something like that. Look at that, beautiful, a nice mint Atari 100 with disc drive. Is that a tape? And your CRT TV. Lovely. The Stick Station. Is that an Atari joystick? I think it is. Built into some huge big arcade type box. There we go. Bring the ambience of the arcade into your home with Stick Station. This hardwood joystick platform is said to help increase gameplay skills while reducing or eliminating the pain brought on by muscle fatigue. To put the product to use, simply place a joystick into the platform's square slot and mount it with 1 or 2 screws. During gameplay, the station can either be set in a flat surface or held in the user's lap. So wait a minute, let me get this. The Stick Station is merely a box with a hole. You don't even get the joystick. How much is said Stick Station? Well, to be fair, it is only $14.95. I Can't imagine why the stick station never actually took off. You can't tell a disk drive by its cover with a happy enhancement installed. These are the most powerful disk drives for your Atari computer. Notice the complete and utter lack of colour. Says me, and then instantly goes into a nice bright colour. Yeah, the only colour was the adverts, because obviously these companies were paying for it. Ultima 3. I think I played an Ultima game in the C64. It was never really my thing. Created by Chuckles, $34.95. What's this one here? Escape from Epsilon. Sylvester Biffdrop has been imprisoned in the bottommost of 5 deadly dungeons. Your task is to help him escape from all 5 levels. Yes, game of the month apparently. Right, so it's a type-in, which is fair enough. Okay, you can't really mock type-ins. Who's this? All roads to the best strategy, SSI, yeah, it was all kind of war games and that kind of stuff that they used to put out. Game of the month. Excellent Software presents a mega hit, mega font, the complete programmer lister and graphics dumper by Randy Dellinger and Richard Rognally. What is he? Randy Dellinger, that is a porn name if ever I've heard. New products, Droll, Brotherbund Software. I really need to start digging into some old games for Atari, because there were so many amazing games which never saw the light of day. What on earth is that? The Wire Tree. Engineered specifically for personal computers, the Wire Tree provides reliable protection. It's a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply. So it basically means that you could lose your electricity and this thing would still keep the computer going. VisiCalc, I remember that. Atari's User's Encyclopedia. Solo Flight, that was a good game. So it is reviewing computer games, but unfortunately there's no screenshots. I mean, that would not make me go out and buy it. The time has come for you to satisfy your yearnings for high quality flight simulation. Solo Flight lets you pilot a 1930s vintage monoplane for the sheer joy of flying, or make airmail deliveries in 3 states. It's actually a really nice game. I had on the C64. But yeah, it's a shame there's... Oh well, there we go, there's a picture of Solo Flight. Mr. Robot, I remember that, that's actually quite a good game. The Spy Strikes Back, that was a sequel to Spy v Spy, if I'm not mistaken. Abby's House of Discount Software. Yeah, so for a game you're talking, I mean, I'm assuming, that'll be disc, $29. CT, is that cartridge possibly? $29. That's quite pricey. And people complain about the price of software now. You're getting games for free, you know what I mean? And yet people moan about it. Shortcuts to Success, a guide to Atari macro graphics. Thanks lads, we'll just skip past that if that's okay. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, really? Can you imagine having to type in that? Even just looking at that makes me go kind of cross-eyed. I mean, seriously, how many Fs? F. So if you miss out one of these Fs, the program is not going to run. Adult party games for Partly Soft. Hey! I know what you're trying to do there. Comes a new use for your computer. Add spice to your Atari computer. The games you love to lose. For 2 players, this game is ideal for you and your wife or that special friend. Hey! Search behind over 100 doors to find enough body parts to build your body, but watch out for the hazards along the way. Remember, for 2 consenting adults. Wink wink. For 2 to 8 players, roam through the office trying to earn enough to buy your way with the player of your choice. 5 different screens, and with every game the winning score varies. You'll never be sure. What's it? You're never sure when you'll win, and those surprise bonus points will make you laugh and cry. As much fun for 2 players as it is for 8, apparently. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Game Writing 101, I can't even read that. There we go, we can get an Atari 600 XL upgrade. Upgrade your to 32. Okay, right, so you can upgrade it, yeah. That's what you want to do. Soft talk. Renumber it in a flash. Ace, that was released by, that came out the C64. That's right, it was a split screen. I don't think I actually ever played it. And we reached the last page. Built for your Atari's future, Antic Turf. So it's for a floppy disk drive, by the way, it looks like it, yeah. So anyway guys, that is Antic for the Atari computer. I hope you enjoyed watching that. If there's a magazine you would love to see me read through in my own inimitable style, please just put the comment down below and I'll see what I can do. And as always guys, thank you very much for watching.